Hey everyone, today I'm going to be testing a product that Teckwrap sent me, and it's this mirrored vinyl. It's pretty much the same sort of stuff that you would get or use with your Cricut or Silhouette. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to do that by customizing an iPad Pro case that I bought off Amazon. So if you want to see how you can do that and how this vinyl works, just keep watching.
Okay, so this is the Teckwrap vinyl that I got, as is from in the mail. I'm just unpackaging it right now, and when I pull the sticker off, you'll see that some of the plastic film came off with it. At first I was a little worried because I thought it was part of the vinyl, but it's actually just a protective layer, and you're allowed to take it off. So I would suggest removing this layer before cutting out your work on your Cricut, because it's really tedious to weed out later. So I'm using a piece that I did in Procreate with some lettering, and I'm going to import that into my computer. So the case that I'm using is from Amazon. It's just a plain white plastic hard case, and it has kind of a soft padding on the inside. It's by Nomo, I believe, or Como. But anyways, I'm just going to measure the area that I'd like to cover with the vinyl, and I think I came up to about 6 inches tall by 5 inches wide. So I'm just grabbing my paper cutter, and I'm just gonna cut this down. It's now 1 foot wide by 5 inches tall. So I'll be able to make 2 pieces of this. So I'm just placing it on my Cricut mat. It's an old mat, so I taped it down just to make sure it sticks. Then I uploaded the artwork to the Cricut design space. I made sure to attach the artwork and then just resize to fit the 6 inch by 5 inch. And then I clicked on make it. I have vinyl selected on my Cricut, and I found that actually finding that material and then using the setting as a more cut instead of default cut, so it cuts a little bit harder, was better, because this paper, this chrome mirror vinyl, is a little bit thicker than just regular vinyl. If you use the default settings, it still weeds, but I find that just a little bit more pressure. Also, I might have an older blade that just helped it weed a little bit better. So here is a little time lapse of my weeding process. This was when I had left the transparent film over top. So once I had finished, like, I almost had to take the transparent part off of each section and then weed it. So that's why I would suggest just removing that before cutting it. And usually when I weed, when I do the larger piece, I do that last, and then I just grab scissors and try and cut little sections as I go. And this kind of prevents it from sticking on itself. I can let it go a little bit longer than usual, but in the end, it was fine. So after I'm done weeding out all of the negative parts, I'm gonna grab some of the transparent vinyl from Cricut. Normally I use one that I got off Amazon because I actually don't like seeing the Cricut logo on top, and with all the guidelines, I prefer just a clear transparent vinyl. So I'll link that one below. It is a little bit different. It's not as thick as the Cricut, but I find that it works just as well, and I think it's a bit cheaper. So once I've cut out the shape that is the 6 by 5, I'm going to just peel away like the top portion so that the paper backing is still stuck to the vinyl, and then this way I can just make sure to line up the top straight, and then I'm gonna use a ruler just to move the rest down. I find this way keeps everything nice and straight and sort of avoids the bubbles. As you can see, my tape did not hold the piece in place. Sometimes there's still bubbles though afterwards, and I just use my ruler to press those out, and usually it's fine. I find that the not Cricut vinyl is easier to get bubbles out than the Cricut vinyl because it is thinner. So now I'm just going to peel off the back. I try and do this by bending the paper right up against itself, and then I go from area to area. This mirror chrome is a bit thicker, so it does stick on the clear vinyl a little bit better. I had some difficulties with a couple parts, like this capital E that you can see. I had to try and hold it down, it just wouldn't stick to the transfer paper, but I got it to work. Okay, so here is my case, and I'm just gonna line up the vinyl on top, and I prefer to eyeball it because I feel like I have a good sense of space around it, and I don't really like using rulers because I find that I always measure wrong. So I'm just going to use the ruler to place it on as I did with the clear transfer, and this will just make sure that everything goes on evenly. And then once it's down, I just make sure and press it all down so that none of the like rose gold stuff is not completely stuck to the case. And then I'm gonna go and peel away the transfer paper, and usually this part is super easy. I find that the vinyl doesn't stick to the transfer paper, so you don't have to worry. You just peel it off and you're left with the artwork on the case. So as you see, that just came off really easily without any issues, and my case is finished, and I think it looks really great. I really love this rose gold color against the white, so I'm just gonna throw my iPad Pro in there now. And just so you know, this is the 9.7 inch, which I don't think they actually sell in the stores anymore, but I kind of wish I got the 10 inch anyways. So this case is really nice. It all clicks in nicely and it's pretty secure, and my magnetic top sits nicely with it as well. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I love the rose gold chrome mirror. It's kind of pink, kind of brass. I think it looks really nice. If there are other things you want to see me make with the Cricut, just make sure to let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.